the Cuban Heat, George Sedano. We'll look forward to more of that in 2023. Meanwhile, let's get to it for your afternoon drive. Christmas week with CY and Beto, Sedano Kap, your Wednesday afternoon right now.
I love this. I love doing the bum, ba-dum, bum.
Since when do you love that?
When Cappy's not here.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling great. I got stomach problems.
Oh.
Boop. It's okay, though.
Look at you.
What's up,
Ba-ba-ba
Beto?
with some bars. All right. Very
Trying,
nice.
man. I try to give the ad-libs, bro. You know how I do.
Sedano Kap, Beto Duran, Clinton Yates with you till 5:30. Then we go to Lakers in Sacramento. All right. So, are you okay? You got the itis?
I'm all right, man. I'm just, I ate something I shouldn't have ate last night, and now I'm, going through it. So, didn't make – I'm
Wait
good
a
to go.
minute.
I can talk.
You ate something, you don't feel good, and you still show up to work?
Of course, man. Come
Man,
on,
I wish Steve Mason could hear you right now. 'Cause, he gets a hangnail, and there's no – oh, hey, Mason, you're still here. I didn't see you in front of me. See, this is called being a gamer.
I am not the legend that Mace is, so I can't just afford to be like under the weather. I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mace can do that.
I can do that.
All right,
I
so
can do that. Yeah.
did you hear the open, Mace?
I believe I heard it earlier. Yeah, this is where I'm going to drop Sedano like a bag of rocks.
Yeah. Clinton, do you know what's going on? Because I just
what's happening with this? I saw him
explain this.
threatening you in the circle of trust. Like, what is going on?
No,
Why are you
so
threatening Sedano?
So I'm not really threatening him. They asked me. I did the morning show with Travis and Slee, and they said let's do Ask Mace, and there were a couple of questions where I thought, all right, I'll just goof on Sedano here. So one of them was I want to drop him like a bag of rocks. Another one was I think he's the most self-absorbed person. Another one says I want to bust up TV Sedano with the little flower in his lapel and the mock turtleneck. It was all just a goof. Now Sedano, I don't know if he's taken personally. It was just joking. It was just goofing. But I definitely could take him down.
I mean, Sedano would crush you.
Absolutely.
I really don't believe that.
One hand behind his back.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no.
Mace, you're like
that
20
dude is like
years
a
older.
combat actual artist. He does
He's
martial
a black
arts.
belt in karate.
Is he
Yes,
really
100%.
a black belt?
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Have you seen the belt?
Yeah, he sent pictures of it before.
As a teenager, he trained in Miami, and he grew up in not the best neighborhood, so he knows how to handle himself. Sedano would have street fights.
Also,
No,
Sedano's
yes.
like a nice guy, which
He-
means that when he fights, I guarantee you he's mean as hell.
And he fights dirty. He ain't fighting by rules.
Oh, I believe he fights dirty.
Yeah.
I believe he fights dirty.
You are so delusional about your athletic ability.
Immediately people are sending tweets that have me in the mace plant. They have me jumping over the bar back in
Yeah.
the day. I've had some moments.
I didn't know what was going on because I don't check Twitter as much anymore.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I bet that you're going to announce a fight. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, you're calling the fight.
No, I'm
When
not.
it's me versus Sedano.
No.
You're calling it.
I'm reclusing myself because I do not want to see a man die. I just don't.
I mean, I might go right. I was gonna say, Beto, like you're a boxing guy. You watch pugilists regularly.
Yes.
I might take Sedano against. I mean, I can't think of a local LA media member that I would take in a fight, like straight up, who wasn't a former pro
And
athlete
he's in good
against
shape
Sedano.
too.
I wouldn't.
Kurt Sandoval from Channel 7 would take Sedano down.
Bro, I saw
He's too
Sandoval
nice. He's
in
too
Green
nice.
Bay last night, freezing his butt off. He
Yeah.
looked like he couldn't even handle it. It was
There's
that
no
cold.
way,
I don't think
nah.
Sandoval's taking Sedano.
Sandoval's
I
got
love
no
Kurt.
reason to
Come
do
on.
He's not the guy?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it may. This fight would not be approved by the California Commission. They would
They
not
would not allow it?
You wouldn't even pass the physical.
Are we in the same weight class?
It doesn't matter. He's going to work you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows how to fight,
Do you
which
know
is
that
half the battle.
we tested our BMIs on the show today? I don't know if
that
you know
doesn't
this.
count.
We were all fat.
you're
We
on
are
radio.
officially the fattest show on the station. Even Ireland's BMI was like 26%.
You got to figure. No, Sedano's probably.
BMI is like a weird thing.
I was
too.
going to
Like, I've
say,
never
that
actually
is
done
not
that
like
yet.
an accurate measurement of because according to that, everybody's obese.
Yeah, we're all obese.
Right, because Ireland's not.
I'm morbidly obese or whatever it is. So yeah.
Yeah, Ireland's not obese, but he
No.
showed up with a really high BMI.
Because they just take your height and weight, and that's all they take into
Yeah.
account.
That's
'Cause
true.
Muscle weighs more than fat.
LC
You're
was
telling me.
obese,
Yeah.
according to the BMI.
I have no idea what my BMI is. Like, I've never actually.
Well, you're,
swole, Mace.
you're a rail, man.
Yeah, he's fine.
You got no issues.
I'm not a
you
big
eat
dude,
whatever
but
you want. You party
I do.
however much you want. You got the metabolism. I have terrible metabolism. Terrible. I
I
inherited.
mean, this
it.
is why I'm kind of down for the count today. I mean, because I eat whatever I want, and sometimes it's not good for business. So
Well,
I
it's
should
good
probably,
for you.
Probably check that.
I
but
come
it's all good.
from a family. I mean, our family gets together. It's like livestock. I mean, we're all really big in my family.
Really?
Are you the smallest one in your family?
I'm the smallest one.
Wow.
Yeah, I look great next to my family.
It's like Adam Sandler says in Big Daddy. He drinks a milkshake and his butt jiggles for a week.
There you go. There you go. All right, I'm out.
All right, get out of here. Go
See you later, buddy.
Thanks,
All right,
thanks, guys. Have a good show.
He's going to go train with Freddie Roach right now. He's going to go start sparring.
Freddie Prinz. I'm going to trade in with Freddie Prinz.
Now, okay, now Freddie's a different story because he's
badass. Yeah, he's
jiu-jitsu,
badass. Yeah.
Him and his Christmas movie. Yeah, anyways. Sedano Kap, Beto Duran, Clinton Yates. We're here till 5:30. Clinton, you're a baseball guy.
Sir.
Dude, when you woke up this morning and you saw Carlos Correa in the Mets, what'd you think?
I was stunned for multiple reasons. Number one wasn't just the fact that the Giants had, maybe not inked a deal, but agreed to a deal. But I was stunned for specific baseball reasons, Beto. Number one less year, way less money. Meaning, after he didn't pass the physical, obviously something was wrong that nobody wants to talk about. That's kind of weird in itself. But number two, and Beto, you know this as well as anybody, bro, the Mets already have a shortstop. Like Correa playing third in a year in which the shift is changed. You're going to put him on the corners, maybe move him to DH or first base. Like, he's so much of an athlete. To put him in that spot, I just think is really bizarre. Like, it just kind of feels like the Mets are, grabbing people because they can. But from a strict baseball standpoint, what position does he play?
Yeah.
It's like a real question to me that I think is one the Mets are going to have to answer.
Yeah, and you're like, why are you guys talking about the Mets in L.A.? Because Carlos Correa moves the needle and Dodger fans hate him. So when he was going to sign with the Giants, oh, great, more reason to boo him every single. And I am, in our group chat, we're big baseball guys, and we kept saying was, I can't wait for Correa to go to the Dodgers just so you guys have to cheer for him, right? Because the day he hits a home run as a Dodger, it's all going to be forgotten, right?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing with Correa is that he's a very hateable player.
And he plays a heel role.
Right, but he's also very good. But I've never seen him in a situation in which he wasn't kind of the centerpiece of the team in some way. And so I'm very interested how that's going to work. Buck Showalter's the manager. They've obviously got a bunch of guys. They've got a core group of dudes, the Mets do, that adding an element like that I think is a little bit risky, to be honest. And making that much money, this is a very strange move to me. But a big splash for New York and kind of a big deal for baseball. I mean, it's December, and this is leading multiple shows. All right, Mets, you know what? You got your day in the sun.
12 years, $315 million contract for Correa with the Mets. And his Giant contract was for 13 years. That was voided. Tom Verducci had the breakdown in Sports Illustrated of how it happened. That I don't know if you saw this, but Correa was dressed, ready to go to the press conference. Carr was coming to get him to go to the press conference. Yeah, and then last minute, the Giants notified Scott Boras and said, there's something here with the physical we don't quite like right now. And so the terms were agreed in principle between the Giants and Correa's team. And they told them, okay, we got to figure some things out. Scott Boras said, you have until 1:30. If not there, we're going to go and move on. And at 1:30, the Giants let Scott Boras, the agent for Carlos Correa, know that their medical staff and their organization did not want to proceed with the agreed-upon 13-year contract. So the two walk away from each other, and within 4 hours, Boras got himself a new deal with the Mets for Carlos Correa. He called the owner of the Mets, who's in Hawaii at dinner having martinis.
Wow. I mean, look, there's a couple things about that are really strange, which is that just
there's a lot
in
to
general, like, how does Boras pull that off and kind of why? You know what I'm saying? Like, if Carlos wanted to go and was ready to go, was it worth that level of hardball? I mean, we've seen Boras do this before. Guys are injured. They don't. Kumar Rocker from Vanderbilt comes to mind.
Yep, same thing.
Ironically enough, with the Mets,
who
drafted him, and he never played for them. I don't want to get too far into this, but I don't think that level of agent hardball is good for the game.
It didn't seem like
I just don't.
It didn't come off like it was hardball. It was just more of, okay, you guys get your medical staff together. It sounded like he gave them enough time for them to kind of figure things out.
Sure.
But he moved quick. And the line in the quote from Boras, he told the Mets owner, hey, do you have 3 olives in that martini for a third baseman? Like those little
sure,
details.
but like, I don't know, man. There's a reason he took less time. There's a reason he took less money. It feels like a sort of damaged goods thing now. And now he's going to a team that's got sky high expectations that got banged out in the first round of the playoffs last year. It's not like the Mets don't have something to build upon, rather to prove in terms of how good they actually are. This to me is chaotic is the word I would use in terms of what the Mets are actually
Absolutely
doing.
chaotic. And then we're going to get into the. Have you looked at the tax numbers? Have you looked at the amount of things going on with the Mets?
It's
what
like
they're
bigger
doing?
than a whole division's worth of teams' payrolls. It's ridiculous.
And we'll give you more details on that. The Mets are crazy. The Dodgers, what are they doing? I know it's December, but the Lakers are playing in Sacramento. And Clint, I don't ever really get into hot stove baseball or anything like that. But this story, once I started reading more and more nuggets about the crazy owner that he is, he's basically laughing at everybody in baseball. I'm so glad we're working together because I want to get your details because you're that baseball guy for me. Sedano
Let's
Kap,
do it. I'm here for
Beto
it.
and Clinton here on ESPN Radio 710.
Hey, Rams fans, Travis Rogers here. You have got to get the new ESPN LA app. In fact, let's go down to the locker room and get a little help.
What's up, Rams fans? This is Matthew Stafford. React to the Rams on the new ESPN LA app.
This is Cooper Kupp of the Los Angeles Rams. Listen to all your Rams talk on the ESPN LA app.
You are just one test. Travis and Slee, Mason and Ireland, and Sedano and Kap. Download it now on the App Store or Google Play.
Hey, Laker fans, John Ireland here. Have you downloaded the new ESPN LA app? You got to get this thing. It's great. You can get Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, Sedano and Kap, and all of our Lakers talk with Slee right in the palm of your hand.
You're just one tap away from everything Lakers. You could even win Lakers tickets.
React to the Lakers on ESPN LA app.
Download the new ESPN LA app in the App Store or on Google Play.
Yo, football fans, you want to win $100 for picking 5 games against the spread? Just download the Cover 5 app for free. Compete with me and Sedano each week for a chance to win $100. Here's what you need to do. Download the Cover 5 app, use code SK22 to join our show league, and start having fun all season long. Just download the Cover 5 app, use code SK22 to join the Sedano and Kap Show League. Pick 5 games against the spread to win $100, or play all season long at cover5.com.
What color is Rudolph's nose?
Come on, Keith.
It's red.
It's red.
There you go. Who did Michael Jackson see kissing Santa Claus?
His mother.
No, mommy.
Mommy.
I saw mommy.
A mother, but I
kissing
said mother,
Santa
mommy,
Claus.
same thing.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Good.
Mommy, mother, kissing
Well,
Santa
it's
Claus.
mommy. It's not mother.
Well, it's the same thing.
How do you say Merry Christmas in Spanish?
Merry Christmas. Oh yeah, that's right. Feliz Navidad. I knew that in elementary school. What am I thinking?
You worked with producer Jorge for years. He
Yeah,
taught you.
true.
He taught you.
Name Santa's reindeers. Oh boy.
Oh God, yeah. So you got Rudolph, Pixar or somebody like that? Blixen.
Donner. And Kap your Wednesday afternoon.
Oh, we're feeling pretty good. It's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? I really don't quite know what day it is.
Wednesday, December 21st, sir.
All right.
We are 4 days from Xmas.
Ooh-wee. Have you done all your shopping?
Bro, shopping? I was just talking about this 2 days ago on Mason and Ireland. I buy gifts for people like during the year. You know what I mean? Like year
You're that
round.
guy?
I see something, I pick something up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Ask anybody
All right.
at the station. I pick something up, I give it to them so that by the time we get around to this time of year, I'm not like scrambling. You know, I'm buying myself gifts at this point. I just
There
got some
you go.
Birkenstocks. I'm excited about that.
Birkenstock. That's next
really good.
level. Very nice.
Yeah, no,
very
it's
nice.
good.
Very
So
nice.
I'm maximum cozy right now, and my family's all like overseas, and I don't feel like going.
Yeah,
So I'm
everybody
chilling.
knows I don't give gifts. Like, I'm just the little kids in the family, and that's it. So I was in Portland, so I went to the Nike store. And
I was gonna say, tell me more about that. I saw you were on the road.
yeah, so my son's playing at a basketball tournament in Salem, Oregon. So they actually played for the championship tonight. So I was in Portland. It was cool. First time being there. Got the hookup at the Nike store, and I'm thinking, all right, I've never been there before, right?
Right.
And it's Christmas. It's 20 minutes to get into the store because everybody has a connection. I thought I was pretty cool getting a connection. Yeah, right. Everybody has that in that town. And then, it's pretty cool. It's like going to the outlet. You get some stuff, a lot of stuff on sale. And I just got my niece and nephews some stuff. Like little kids in the family still get gifts.
Right.
The adults, I ain't getting nothing from me. But the little kids.
What's your actual Christmas Day like routine? What kind of stuff do you actually do? Do you hit a bunch of family? Do you hit a bunch of houses? What's your deal?
Christmas Day. See, Mexicans, we do it on Christmas Eve. So we go hard on Christmas Eve. That's the tamales. That's the drinking. That's the champurrado. That's all that stuff. So Christmas Eve is when the Mexicans get after it. Right? That's when the noise is being made. So you open up your gifts around midnight. But for me, it's like my parents are 80. I hang out with them because I'm the only single one in the family. And then Christmas Day, the people who weren't there for Christmas Eve kind of come through the day. So I kind of just sit on the couch and watch basketball. This year I'll be watching some football. And just kind of mill around, and I got the Beto Cup. There's always something in there. And
that sounds fun. We got NFL on Christmas.
Yeah,
this year,
right? It's a gambler's day right there. You can bet NBA, you can bet NFL. It's a good day right there. But there's all kinds of good stuff. So, but yeah,
I'm pretty excited.
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, that was it. It'll be fun. I look forward to Christmas. I like that. I like being that. Now that I'm in my 40s, that Theo that just like gives the kids like, all right, here you go, you get stuff, and the ones who are like,
you just show up and do whatever you want, and nobody can tell you.
Yeah, exactly. You get a little. I put on a nice sweater with my sweats.
Nice. Yeah, I was telling Amanda before that the ugly sweater trend is not for me. I have a lot of good-looking holiday sweaters. I was gonna wear one today, but like I said, I'm chilling. But yeah, I enjoy the holidays, not because I care about like gifts, and not because I even particularly care about commercialism. I just like it when people get to come together and kind of slow down, get together with their folks, and have a good time. There's something about that is very calming. Like, I'm glad Christmas is at the end of the year. That kind of sounds weird, but like if it was at some other time of year, it would be bizarre. But it all kind of comes together in the same.
I was like,
how much did it cost you?
It was Christmas. It was like 40% off. So I only spent like $100 on one. I got that thin one, the one that everybody has. The ones that
which one?
I don't know. It's like
it's
you
like
roll
the
it.
fleece one.
No, it's
yeah.
But
okay.
it's like they said you roll it up into a ball, but it looks cool.
Oh, I know which one.
Yeah, it was nice. It was cool, but I now I know why people have a jacket. Like I'm trying to send my kid to East Coast so he can go to school back there. I'm like,
it's a whole thing, man. Like that's half the battle that I enjoy about out here. I don't have to think about what I wear.
Yeah, I've never seen snow on Christmas, and I'm okay with that. I'll be all right. Right. All right. Sedano Cap is somewhere. Sedano is somewhere.
On assignment?
Well, hold on. Where are they?
I don't know.
Sedano is in Vegas doing the G League tournament.
Oh, nice.
There it is.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
And
he mentioned that he's...
Cappy had a matter to tend to.
Oh.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll be back tomorrow.
I was more so wondering about Sedano because I figured he was on assignment, and I know he's doing all this cool stuff. So
he was texting me the other night, like 2 nights ago. He's like, play this slot machine. I just won a bunch of money on it.
How long is he there for?
He's there until
tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day of the showcase, G League showcase. So all the G League teams come to Vegas, and that way the scouts can check them out. So it's like a tournament that they kind of have. So then games are on ESPN. So good for him. He's getting the play-by-play reps. Hey, shout out to everybody in the circle of trust, backing up Sedano when he goes and beats up Steve Mason. It's all kinds of good stuff. So shout out to everybody out there. And then, all right. So what's this? Where are we at?
I like how Mace thinks that he can take him, and I was like, why are you trying to be Cap right now? Because Cap always thinks he can take Sedano, and that's not happening.
I don't
He
get
thinks he
that
can take him in the ratings, too.
Like, why are people trying to fight? Like, Sedano is, like, ripped. Like, what are we even talking about here?
Yeah.
Like, he would bust up anybody at the station.
I travel with him. That dude's in his zone, man.
Slee might.
I was going to say, that would be a good fight with, like, Sedano and Slee, I feel like.
Sedano
That'd
and
be
Slee.
a fair fight.
Sedano, Cuban,
No,
bro.
And Slee?
You get an upset Cuban?
It's
Slee
a different
is,
kind of upset.
Yeah, Slee is, like, underrated. Like, Slee's one of those, like, gym rats that, like, you wouldn't really know it.
Dude, he pumped out how many, like...
All those push-ups?
Yeah, those push-ups and in, like, a full-on suit.
But, Clint, we've seen a bunch of these guys. They got muscles, but they can't use them.
Yeah, bro. I mean, Slee's not a fighter. Like, he's not a mean guy. I mean, if he's defending his mom, his girl, or his sister, sure. But he's not,
Yo,
like,
mama.
squaring up with some
Let's do this. Let's do
knocking him down.
Yo, mama.
Clint, on the host, the on-air staff, answer yes or no. Has this person been in a fight?
Okay. I can play this game for sure.
Sedano, we know he has because he talked about it in high school. He was fighting. Mason, has he ever hit anybody?
No.
Girls?
I'm going with no.
I think he has.
I think he has, too.
Oh, so you think Mason's been in a fight. Okay.
I don't know if he won, but I think he's
No,
been in a
we don't
fight.
care about win or lose. Ireland.
No.
Ireland, I believe, has been in a fight, for sure.
think so.
Really? I don't think Ireland has started a
I'll
fight,
say
but he's
no.
the kind of guy that I could see going to somebody's aid when, like, it goes down. For sure. He just knows too many people for me to believe he's never been in a fight.
And he's a frat guy. I can maybe see a frat
I was
going
to say the frat thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
for
right.
sure.
Travis.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
I was like, yes.
Are you kidding me? He was a college baseball pitcher. He has for sure.
And he drinks
been
Coors
in a
Light?
couple-
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, he's been in a couple scuffles.
He
No
probably
doubt about
fights
it.
with his neighbors all the time.
All right. Sliwa.
Yes. 100%.
I mean, why do you all think this? I'm not.
I'm
am I
saying
missing
no.
something?
I feel
I don't
like
think
Slee
so
was
either.
like
Like-
a silent but
Yeah.
deadly type of guy.
Same.
Like he would surprise
Right.
you.
But that's like an assassin, not somebody that's like
No, I
been in a
think-
fight. You know.
I think he's punched a few people.
Really?
Yeah, he's
Huh.
wind up tight.
He's got
Okay.
he's got a temper. We
So,
can ask him next. when
The
we talk to
girls
him.
say yes to Sliwa.
Yeah.
The guys say no to Sliwa. All right.
I'm not saying I wouldn't want Sliwa in a fight.
No.
I'm saying
but
I don't.
The question
think
is,
that
has he
he's-
been in a fight?
Kaplan.
I would not call him a member of the hands community. is what I would imagine.
Now,
I
Cappy.
think he is.
Cappy's been in a fight.
Cappy's been in a fight. He's a little annoying. You know what I mean? And so I can imagine in his younger days, and I mean that. No, I mean that graciously.
No,
like
I know what
he
you
asks a
mean.
lot of questions. He's a curious guy. I could see how in certain scenarios that gets on people's nerves. You know what I'm saying? Like
with Cappy, I'm going to say no because I think he's the one that pops off and the fight happens around
Oh,
him.
I can see that actually.
That's
Like
fair.
he makes
That's
it
fair.
not about him, but it's about him.
I could see Cappy as being a one-punch guy, though. He's not
Oh,
interested in
absolutely.
going
Yeah,
back
yeah.
and forth. He's throwing one punch and he's dropping somebody and getting out of dodge.
Yeah, he's like in Dazed and Confused where he starts to one fight. I'm going to go back and punch him.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me.
Hold me back.
Because fights happen and they stop it right away. And he
Yeah.
gets his ass
Right.
He
kicked.
got his ass whooped. Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's a good movie.
Clinton Yates.
I'm so glad I don't fight anymore.
Yes.
Those days are so over.
Yeah? You were a bar fight kind of
Bro,
guy?
yes, man. I had like a problem. You know, people talked a lot of trash. I used to get in a lot of fights, like straight up. You know what I mean? It was not cool. I grew up in a situation in which I had to fight a lot because I took the metro to school. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
right.
Like,
DC. Yeah. Okay.
90s DC, bro. People are fighting
Yeah.
every day, getting to and fro school. I hated it, but you know, it's what you had to do.
Did you have
I
a
don't do that.
Georgetown jacket on? The starter one?
No, I didn't wear Hoyt. That's the kind of stuff you got jumped for, Beto.
Really?
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Yes, man. You wear too many nice clothes on the train. People start dogging you. Next thing you know, you're throwing hands. It's a mess.
Man.
So glad those days of my life were
All
over.
right.
Not
See,
even close.
That's why I love filling in on the show because you never know where the show might take you. So we have a bunch of fighters in the studio.
I have one.
The first column I ever wrote for the Washington Post wasn't on the trains. Actual facts. No.
Really?
What
Yeah.
about me? You think I've ever been in a fight?
Yeah, because you worked at a golf
Everybody
course.
knows that. Girl,
I've
you
been-
talked about
I
it.
never got in a fight on a golf course though.
No. You broke someone's nose.
Yeah, it was a boy.
Yeah.
I had out of the multiple fights I've been in, I think like 3 of the 5 were. I have a temper.
So
Shocker.
somebody,
I could see that.
I don't know how this started because people were tagging me on Twitter today. Apparently, Travis and Sliwa were also talking about fighting or whatever. Somehow people thought I would be the fighter. I'm like, I am a lover. I do not fight.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't see you being a big fighter, bro.
No, I'm not.
remotely.
No.
Like, at all. I'm like, I am. Everybody thinks because I'm Mexican, I'm Latina. They're like, oh, she about to pop off. And I'm like, no.
No, it's not because of that. It's because of you.
No.
You talk a good
lot.
game, but
You
that's
talk
the
a
whole
lot.
point.
I was
That's the
like,
whole
I
point of
know.
talking a good game is so you don't have to fight.
You know what I'm
what
saying?
saying?
Like, have I been in one? Yes, but do I prefer it? No.
Oh, see,
Like,
there
you know?
it is. How I been?
No.
There you go.
the worst, not the worst, but the most sort of public fight I ever got into was in high school. And there was this dude who was kind of a rival. He didn't like me for whatever reason. And he came into Homer one day and was like, I'm going to beat your behind. And I was like, is that so? And so it's kind of a 3 o'clock high deal, except, you know, one person wasn't the bully. Bunch of people gathered around. I had my basketball uniform on because I was on my way to practice. This dude hit me first, and then I hockey moved him, which is when you pull the shirt up over their head.
the
and
turtle.
then proceed to hit them through the shirt. I did that, and then I went to practice. And nobody after me in the league for the rest of the year.
Kept on
Pretty fun.
scrolling, kept it moving.
Not my
Yates.
proudest moment, but, you know, dude was asking for it.
You gotta survive, man. You gotta survive in them streets, man. That's
Happens, bro.
So you never know who you're dealing with. All right, so we're gonna eventually get into this breakdown of what the Mets spent with Cone and the Mets payroll for 2023, $384.3 million. We'll get into that and more. Sleet was gonna come up. We're gonna find out if he's a lover or a fighter, if his hands are soft or if he's not got him into the mix. I still say no, but the ladies are saying they are. More Sedano and Kap, Beto Duran, Clinton Yates in for the guys. 5:30 Lakers, but coming up next, Sliwa on 710 ESPN.
Hey, Rams fans, Travis Rogers here. You have got to get the new ESPN LA app. In fact, let's go down to the locker room and get a little help.
What's up, Rams fans? This is Matthew Stafford. React to the Rams on the new ESPN LA app.
This is Cooper Kupp of the Los Angeles Rams. Listen to all your Rams talk on the ESPN LA app.
You are just one tap away from Rams All Access. Travis and Slee, Mason and Ireland, and Sedano and Kap. Download it now on the App Store or Google Play.
Afternoon.
My jam. A little Augie Rios for you from the 50s.
Okay.
Yeah, this is when he starts naming the reindeers Mexican names. Yeah. Mamacita, ¿dónde está Santa Claus? ¿Dónde está Sedano? He's at the G League Showcase in Vegas. ¿Dónde está Cap? Taking care of some business down in South L.A. Clinton Yates here. Beto Durant here. Yates playing hurt right now, but he's a gamer. He shows up. He gets things done.
Doing my best. Appreciate your lead, brother.
Yeah, we're here till 5:30 as the Lakers take on the Sacramento Kings on the road in Sacramento. That's always a fun game to watch because Sacramento fans are still mad at Phil Jackson for the cowbell comments. And
Are you feeling the light the beam bit that they do? I love that.
I saw
Have
it.
you seen that?
We talked about it last time we were here, and I'm like, oh, that's so small time, small town, cow town. And you know what? It is. It's perfect for them.
Right. It's absolutely minor league, but like that's kind of the cool part. You
And
know
I
what I'm saying?
love
Like,
everything minor league, but that's perfect for them. But don't try to make it too cool. You can't do that in LA.
It's not. I mean, have you seen a better bit out of Sacramento, like in your life?
I mean, I was in Sacramento this morning making a connection, and
so you're doing things.
I'm glad I
Okay.
left. Join us now.
The beam.
Let's go beam. Join us now. The host of the Lakers pregame show, Alan Slewa. You can catch him in the morning alongside with Travis Rogers. Slee, before we get into the Lakers breakdown, all right? I heard you guys want to beat up Sedano. Is that true?
Hey, this guy has 20 years of doing karate as an instructor. I want none of that. I will bow to Sedano when he comes by. Sedano, good to see you. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Don't be scared.
I didn't know he had 20 years. He had 20 years of experience with that. I had no idea at all. Kind of came out of nowhere. Mate's throwing that's kind of what he wanted to do. It's kind of a little bit of a curveball there. I don't know if we'll ever see the match, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Forget all that, Slee. What is your hands community experience? Are you a guy that gets into it when you have to? Was that a part of your past, or like where are you on that?
Yates, I got to be honest with you, not at all. I mean,
thank you. Thank you.
Stop a fight. I'm not. I'm trying to stop a fight. I'm not trying to.
Wait,
like the
time out.
last thing.
Have you
Yeah.
ever been in a fight,
Yes,
Slee?
that was a question.
Like a real fight, like
a fist
throwing
fight.
blows. No, I haven't.
Yeah. See,
thank you.
The guys know you.
Have stuff happened on a basketball floor where you're throwing an elbow here, this, that? Yeah, but have I squared up and said, "Let's do this right now"? I have not done that.
Yeah,
I have not
see?
done that.
Shocked.
I am.
I didn't think
shocked,
so.
too.
No.
Yeah, Yates and Duran said no way Slee was been in a fight. Not because we don't
Not even close.
believe in you, because we just knew you knew how to handle yourself. The ladies said, "Oh
Well,
no,
I
he's
didn't
throwing."
hesitate.
Yeah.
I didn't hesitate in the sense that I was the first to say, yeah, absolutely, I have not. Now, listen, something like all of us are in the same position. If you got to defend yourself, you have to. I just haven't been in that. I haven't put myself in that position where something went down.
All right. So the
Fair
ladies
enough.
were thought you
Smart
were in the
guy.
streets, man.
Good. I mean, that's a good reputation to
lady.
have, though.
Thank you.
You don't need to fight if people think you can fight. That's like kind of the whole
Ooh,
point.
That's a good one
Yeah.
right there.
Exactly. Just saying.
All right, Sliwa, Lakers. What's their deal right now?
Yeah. That's a good question. Good question. What is their deal? So,
because they're annoying me,
I
man.
don't know, man. Well, I'll tell you what's kind of crazy. And I was talking yesterday. Brian Windhorst joined the show. We were doing Lakers talk, and I was asking him, like, hey, do you know of a scenario where a player got injured and then 2-3 days have gone by, you're waiting for an update officially from the team, nothing. Another couple days. Remember, Lakers played Friday, Darvin Ham talked postgame, Sunday pregame, Sunday postgame, Monday pregame, Monday postgame. So Darvin Ham's been in front of a microphone a few different times. We still don't have, any official word. I mean, I think, of course, if Shams putting something out there, Dave McMenamin of Woj, everybody's saying, hey, look, it could be at least 4 weeks or multiple weeks, then I'll for it. But it's just a really odd situation. It puts the Lakers, Beto, puts them in a weird spot, because if you were just starting to watch Lakers basketball over the last month and saying, hey, you know what, this is pretty good basketball. I like the way they're playing. I like what AD's doing. I like what some of the role players are doing. Bron continues just ridiculous, about to turn 38 and still delivering. I don't know what it means now, and without really having a time frame how long AD's out, that's a tough one. I think a tough pill for a lot of Laker fans to swallow.
Yeah, here's the thing, Slee, is that if he's out for a month, you run into a simple math problem just in terms of the ability to get back, in the hunt. It's not like this team is first in the West, not even top 5 in the West. You know what I mean? Like, this is a very difficult situation in terms of the timing of it. How do you think that affects, how they take on these next 4 weeks, just in terms of who they are and what their goals are and, the ceiling of all this?
So I would tell you that with AD, they're still trying to fight back to get back to 500, right? They dug themselves a 2-10 start. So they were already behind the 8 ball with Anthony Davis. Take the best player on their team and, somebody that you can make a case for was having as good of a season as anybody in the league. It's really tough to make that case. Russ isn't playing tonight. So now there's another player that, obviously LeBron will do what he can, and you'll try to get some role players. Reeves, we'll see. We're not 100% sure. They already don't have really margin for error. So, Clint, it's tough to look at their situation. If he just missed the rest of December and the rest of January, that's almost 25 games total that he'd be out. So that's more than a quarter of the season. So where they almost have to play perfect basketball to just be in some of these games. Jeez. And it's going to be a tough putt, really tough putt.
Slee on the spot. Alan Sliwa joining us right now on Sedano and Kap, Beto Duran alongside Clayton Yates. 5:30 Lakers pregame with Slee and Michael. 7 o'clock tip off with John Ireland and Michael Thompson. Lakers at the Kings. Slee, Russell Westbrook out tonight. What's the update?
Mm-hmm. He's out. And they haven't really said too much. I know when Coach will talk at 5:30 pregame, we'll get a little bit more information on that. And then Austin Reeves doubtful, or Austin Reeves questionable. So we'll kind of wait to see on both of those players. But if I'm going to compliment, and I know this hasn't happened too much, but Russ has been. he kind of finally found his way off the bench for the Lakers, and he kind of found his role for the Lakers. And especially now with AD out, they don't have margin for error to say, oh, Russ is in, Russ is not in. Maybe a month ago we wouldn't have been saying, hey, that's a big deal that Russ isn't playing, but it is a big deal. I mean, they certainly need him. Let's see if Dennis Schroeder dropped 30 in the last game against the Suns. Maybe he can have – doesn't have to have 30, but can he have 20, 25, something along those lines to kind of keep that scoring?
I love how positive you are. Like, how do you do this, Aliwa?
Well,
he doesn't fight. That's how. Ignore him, Beto. I have a better question to not put you in a jam. Slee, who do you think the best team in the NBA is?
Ooh.
All right, so the West to me is wide open, which makes me go away from the West because there's nobody running away with it. And I think it's easy to go look at the top two teams in the Eastern Conference. But if you said, hey, you get one squad you can pick, one team that you think is the best in the NBA will, as of today, will win an NBA championship, I put my money on the Bucks. Milwaukee, I think, and even though the Lakers went and beat them on the road, that was obviously surprising and shocking. That's a good team that has literally everything you need. You need star power, you have it. You need a number 2 guy, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday. Pick which one. Both of them are number 2 guys, and that's how good they both are. You need role players. You need Brook Lopez. You need a good coach. You need championship experience. They kind of have everything. I look at the West. Warriors are obviously – I think Warriors – what are they now? 3 in double digits on the road. Steph Curry's going to be out for a month. I don't think you could ever put your eggs in the Clippers basket just because you don't know their health. I mean, the roster looks great, but I don't know who's going to play every single night. Mm-hmm. I'm not sold on teams that haven't been there yet. So Memphis looks good. Pelicans look good. Like, those teams look good, but I'm not sold on them because I've just never seen them get that far.
Well, we'll see what the Lakers have tonight. Lakers pregame with Slee and Michael at 5:30. Tip-off in Sacramento. Lakers and Kings at 7 o'clock. Slee on the spot. Alan Sleewa. He's not going to beat you up, but he'll let his hands go if he needs to.
I'm going to go find a bar fight this weekend. Clinton, where are we going? Let's figure this out.
Keep watching the Lakers.
Fullerton, easy. That's not even a question.
No, Hermosa, you'll get one quick.
Immediate fight. I'm down. Not really. Don't call me. Not trying to do that, bro.
Slee, have a good pregame. We'll talk to you soon, man.
All right, fellas. Thank you,
Thanks,
guys. All right.
Alan Sleewa, Slee on the spot, host the Lakers pregame, coming up at 5:30. All right, coming up next, though, what you need to know, and we'll get back into the baseball talk, including some Dodger perspective. Yes. Sedano Kap, Beto and Yates in on 710.
What you need to know.
Let's do it. What you need to know right now.
What you need to know, brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Sedano and Cap, Beto and Yates in, and right now it's time for What You Need to Know. Oh my God, how do I do this? Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Beto. My voice is still a little,
Yeah, we're all fighting something. I feel a little something in my throat. You know, Yates got a little stomach. He needs a picot or
I had the
saludabas.
COVID real bad. Like, it was real bad.
Yeah,
Like,
you had COVID, yeah.
My throat was like in a vice. It was very uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's
I will say
nasty.
that. But I'm good now. I feel better. I feel like I just have a cold.
Good,
That's
good,
really
good.
good. I have life-itis, but other than that, I'm good.
Yeah, what?
I got that too, girl.
Life-itis.
We all got
We all got life-itis, man.
That's
It's
why
the
you said
holidays.
everybody got something. I'm like, I ain't got nothing. Don't be spreading rumors.
Well, speaking of happy, fun things, Jeannie Buss is adding a different type of ring to her collection because the Lakers owner is reportedly engaged to her longtime boyfriend, comedian Jay Moore.
Oh!
Now, TMZ is reporting this. They said that the couple is ecstatic to take their relationship to the next level. So I just wanted to say that even though they have not yet publicly confirmed the news, she was spotted wearing a ring on her left finger recently. And if this is true, congratulations to the happy couple.
Congratulations,
Good for Jay Moore.
710 ESPN listener, Jay Moore. He listens to the station all the time. So
What a glow up. Imagine how cool that wedding is going to be, like from a celebrity standpoint.
Oh, yeah.
Who gets the invite to that? You know?
Not Mason.
Fantastic.
I feel like Kat might get an invite to that.
No, Ireland will.
I mean, if we know anybody within a remote reach of the station who's going, I mean, we need
I
just
feel like
full details.
Cap is buds with Jay Moore, isn't he? Maybe maybe
No,
not.
I mean, Cap says he's buds with a lot of people,
Yeah,
but
he-
they're not really buds.
He fills in for Jim Rome, I don't know.
Yeah, there's some connectivity there. He could. I mean, I imagine they've probably met each other plenty of times.
Yeah, they've met.
Whether or not they're buds, who knows?
Yeah, I've met him too. We're buds too. There you go. So we're going. But yeah,
Would you go if invited, Beto?
I don't like going to weddings in general, unless I'm unless I'm related. I really don't go to weddings.
What's not to like about a wedding, bro?
People that are annoying,
Fair.
Yeah, so it's like, okay. Plus, I gotta get dressed up and everything else. But I'll go if it's a relative. I'll go. But other than that, though, if it's a casual friend, man, I gotta work tonight. Woo! I gotta fight. Where?
Pulling one of those.
Somewhere.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm kind of out of wedding season myself, and you're right. Unless somebody you actually know, they can be very laborious.
Yeah, and in my age, I'm getting to the second and third marriages, and I'm like, hey, you know what? Now, if it's a destination wedding, I'm all about it if you're paying for it.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm all about that.
Destination weddings have their downsides too, but
Well, I mean, I'll spend an hour with you at the destination wedding, and I go have my own party.
fair enough.
There you go. That's what you need to know. Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort Spa. Good times. That's the 90 minutes from wherever you are. That's a good place to gamble, too, right there. Sedano Kap mentioned Sedano in Vegas for the G League. Kaplan taking care of business. He'll be back tomorrow. Are you back tomorrow, or is it me?
I think it's you.
Beto.
Okay.
It's you. Yeah, I got TV tomorrow. So
Oh, my bad.
hopefully I feel a little better.
Yeah, look at that. All right, so baseball. Right now, I'm not normally a hot stove guy, but this got me going because when I woke up this morning and saw the story and the numbers with Carlos Correa, and then you're like, wait, how can these gutty little Dodgers, that small market team, not compete like this, right? Then you start reading the numbers. Here's what the Mets owner has done so far. Signed 9 free agents this winter at a cost of $806 million. The Mets payroll.
Say that number again.
At a cost of $806 million. 9 free agents. That's how much he spent so far. Exactly.
I mean, are you saying this in the context of you think, or we should think, that the Dodgers are like behind?
No. It's just I just thought that because the Dodgers are the kind of team that would spend it. They're over the luxury tax. But this, I'm bringing it all up here. I'll button it up for you. Now, the Mets payroll for 2023, $384.3 million, with a luxury tax of $111.6 million. The Mets will pay more in taxes next season than 7 teams are paying in payroll.
Okay, that in
That's
itself
crazy.
is mind-boggling, but I don't actually think that's ultimately bad for the game. If owners are willing to spend on players, so be it. Whether or not I think it's smart baseball to stick a guy like Correa in the middle of your infield is a different matter than the sort of labor issue of teams actually trying to compete on some level. Now, the Mets are kind of a specific, sort of example because of how their finances have worked over the years.
Yeah.
But, like, overall, this is a good thing for baseball. Guys signing for dollars to go to contenders, to me, ultimately helps competition. You got teams like the Padres that are trying. The Dodgers have always been this way. They're kind of laying low this winter, but those days of like there's 3 teams that control things and that's it, we're getting a little farther away from that. I think the Mets are just basically trying to compete, and it takes a lot of money to do that in big league baseball, and I ain't mad at them for it.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys where if you have the money and if I'm the owner, I'm going to spend as much as I can, right? Because you want to show that we're doing something. Now, Tampa Bay, they piss me off so much because they develop the talent, they get deep in the playoffs, and then they blow it up. And I get it, it's a smaller market. But Dan, just once, wouldn't you like to see a team like Tampa that has the quality guys actually invest in it, right? They're doing the peace building stuff.
I mean, the thing is that I don't just root for laundry personally.
No,
You know
no,
what I mean,
of course.
I like to
That's
see
the
the
last
best,
thing I do,
the
yeah.
best baseball. I mean, the team I'd like to see actually invest in something and actually get it right is right down the street on the 5,
Man.
Anaheim. You know what I mean? And like, so if Anaheim was spending the kind of money that the Mets were, we'd be having a whole other conversation.
But that's
Now,
they did spend though. Remember, they went and got Josh Hamilton. They got Pujols. They've spent money, but wrong.
Sure, but the number you're talking about, Beto, is not just the number of dollars. It's the amount of human beings that they brought in. You mentioned 8, 9 free agents. I mean, they're actually trying to go for now. The problem is that, and I sort of mentioned this before, like, dude, the Mets have like a real core.
Yes.
They've got guys that have been there for a while. And so dropping a relatively controversial superstar like Carlos Correa into your lineup, never mind into your clubhouse, I don't necessarily know how easy that's going to go. I think Buck Showalter, longtime old school baseball guy as a manager, helps that. But I think that the Mets are going to have a reasonably large challenge trying to figure out how to manage all these personalities, because that's, basically what baseball is about at this point. It'll be an interesting season in Queens.
And then you bring in a guy like Correa, who you're either going to love him or you're going to hate him as a teammate. Whatever it is, you're going to think about him, right? He's going to find a new position, and when you see it with the Dodgers, you might have everything, and you still don't produce in the playoffs, right? Then next thing you know, if you're Cohen, what are you going to do next? I'm going to go spend some more money. This is the one that got me when I was reading the story. Now there's a thing called the Cohen tax that other owners are calling it because of how he just says, oh, that's the tax, whatever. They added a 4th tier of tax penalties, a 90% tax on if your payroll is higher than $293 million. Imagine that, 90%. So for next year, Correa with the 90% tax is going to cost $49.87 million.
I mean, they're just at the point now where if you don't win the World Series, you're legitimately just, it's a waste. I mean, it's got to be World Series or bust with that kind of a payroll. And I don't know, man. Like, I don't necessarily agree with the idea that, like, if you're spending the most money, you're supposed to be the best team. But if you're the Mets, there's no other way to justify this. Like, 9 guys, $800 million? Are you kidding me? Like, that's nuts to me. And I don't necessarily think this is going to work out personally.
No,
I'm glad everybody got their money, but I don't. Dude, did you remember the playoffs last year?
Yep.
The Mets got crushed in the first round. It was not pretty. And I don't think that this team is necessarily a whole 2-3 games better than their competition in the NL just for getting, 7 or 8 guys. I just don't. To me, they're being foolhardy simply because they have the money.
Sedano and Kap, Beto Duran, Clinton Yates on 710 ESPN. 5:30 Lakers tip-off in Sacramento against the Kings. Pregame with Al Sliwa and Michael Thompson. Now, I'm a guy where my owner is doing that for me. Heck yeah. The Mets were bought for $2.4 billion 2 years ago, right? I'm all about it. But I'm also the guy that watches from a distance, and I'm petty, and I'm rooting for this to fail. I want it to be in flames. Like, I want a mediocre team just to be right there watching because, one, it's New York, so the tabloids will have a field day, right? And it's when I was growing up, and same with you, it was the Yankees were doing this, and Steinbrenner was arguing with his players, or he would spend on guys, or whatever it is. You have to figure things out. Now, as a guy who covers baseball, like you, Clinton Yates, if you're watching from an LA perspective, are you trying to compete? Do you hold back? What do you do if you're the Dodgers?
I think what the Dodgers are doing right now is something that I actually appreciate a lot, which is they're counting on their farm system. They got guys that can play. They got guys they can call up. They got dudes that they develop who know how to play at the big league level and can do it. I don't think they need to poach from everywhere because I think they also ran into a little bit of a problem with that recently. One of the things that was great about this club for a long time is that it was guys that either drafted or taken relatively early in their careers and developed in sort of the Dodger way. When you start to get too many free agents, too many trades, you get away from that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they do well. So for me, them not making a bunch of moves, I'm fine with. Getting rid of Turner is a little bit of a bummer because of who he is.
But he's 37.
Local guy, fun guy. But $20 million for 2 years?
Nope.
There's no way the Dodgers were going to spend that money. So if, Dodgers fans, don't fret. One thing that they do well is create good baseball players. And you've got to believe that they've got a bunch coming up, guys down in OKC and so on and so forth. I'm not worried about the Dodgers at all. I'm worried about Dodgers fans.
Oh, do tell.
Well, I just mean in terms of the expectation level being kind of, I don't want to say out of control, but last year was a really tough year, Beto. They won all those games, laid an egg in the playoffs, and so you're in this awkward situation now where even if you win a bunch of games in the regular season and have a very good team, I'm not going to say nobody cares, but on some level, that's kind of where we are. You know what I mean? If you can't get to the ring, what are you actually doing? And that's, I think, what the Dodgers have to figure out and why the question of the leadership of the team is there. Do I think Doc is a bad manager? No, not remotely. Love Doc. Cool guy, smart baseball guy. But if you're thinking about trying to change the overall attitude of the squad, Beto, that's the manager. The players you develop sort of separately. So this is going to be one of the more interesting seasons, I believe, for this, not exactly core, but this group of humans that have been with the Dodgers for the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, and it's because of the way that they've been built and the way the organization's gone after people and that we've gotten guys. The Mets are doing this because they don't have a farm system. They don't have anything. The cupboard is bare. The Dodgers, they always bring up somebody. You're like, who? Where did they find this guy? Who was it? Alex Vesia, right? A lefty reliever from Cal State, Monterey Bay, or I believe that's where he went. Kid from down south, right? Yeah. Finding those kind of guys, or I'm interested to see how Thor contributes this year, because when the Dodgers get somebody who hasn't performed a year or two before, they always find a way to make that tweak, man. That behind-the-scenes stuff, they got something going on there.
I think he'll be decent as like a 4th or 5th guy.
Yeah.
I don't see him coming in and suddenly turning into some kind of a superstar. I mean, he's an arm. You hope the innings add up. That's really the main thing, so you're not, but it's a fine signing. It's relatively cheap. I just think that the Dodgers right now, I'm not going to say they have an identity crisis, but they certainly need to figure out what exactly they're doing, because what's happened isn't working. I'm not writing off the World Series win. I'm not writing off the COVID season remotely, but there is something to be said for the fact that when they play a $162 and win more than 100 games, they do not win the World Series. That's like a fact for the entire franchise, which is kind of wild to think about.
And you and I have been at these World Series games and what really? So close. And I'm more of like, just enjoy it, because not too long ago we had the McCourts family running around the business and using it as a pocket book for themselves. And you just got, I just like seeing billionaires compete, because these guys need a break in life,
No, but my point there is that I'm glad teams are spending money and not just collective bargaining monies like the Pirates or whoever it is. You know what I mean? And not competing at all, just taking the check and running out basically a minor league team. The Dodgers aren't doing that. The Mets aren't doing that. No team in New York is doing that.
And the taxes that the Mets are going to be paying, they get distributed to the team. So if you just stay home, you're getting money from them. So, spend all you want. I mean, we're in Pittsburgh. Obviously you can. I cannot name you one player on the Pirates right now.
Kevon Hayes plays third base for him. I know him because he's a brother. Pretty much it, bro. That's why I know who that dude is. He's
That's
a good player.
about it. Sedano Kap, Beto Duran, Clinton Yates. We're taking you towards Lakers pregame show at bottom of the hour at 5:30. Coming up next, Radio Tinder. Circle of Trust. Oh, you guys are good, man. The Circle of Trust has broken down bar fights. You want to stay away from Pasadena and Hermosa. That's all we got to say so far, because it's the holidays. You can't be showing up with a shiner to try to get your tamales. Sedano and Kap, 17.
Hey, Laker fans, John Ireland here. Have you downloaded the new ESPN LA app? You got to get this thing. It's great. You can get Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, Sedano and Kap, and all of our Lakers talk with Slee right in the palm of your hand.
You're just one tap away from everything Lakers. You could even win Lakers tickets.
React to the Lakers on ESPN LA app.
Download the new ESPN LA app in the App Store or on Google Play.
Christopher.
Woo! That sounds good. Sounds good.
I like that theme song.
Yeah, that was nice. That was
very,
nice.
very game show classic.
Yeah.
Game showy. Yeah. Welcome to Radio Tinder.
Yeah.
We're going to spin the wheel. Wait, no, they already do that. Amazing in Ireland.
The wheel of question.
We're going to swipe left or swipe right on Radio Tinder.
All right, let me get that bucket of water.
What? I don't get it.
It's a bit from their show.
Oh.
Anyways, go ahead.
Okay. So, guys, Elon Musk has said that he will step down as CEO of Twitter once a suitable replacement can be found. On Sunday, he ran a poll asking if he should leave the role, and Twitter users overwhelmingly told him to go. He did not immediately respond to the results, but by yesterday, he seemed to have accepted the will of the people, and he also originally suggested that he was only going to take votes from people who were verified with the Twitter Blue thing, but obviously, alas, he has changed his mind. And I want to know, do you think that Elon Musk will appoint a suitable new CEO of Twitter? Beto, swipe left or swipe right?
Left means I don't believe him, right?
Correct.
Well, swipe left. This dude's ego is crazy.
Yeah.
You don't spend all that money to step down, and all he's doing is creating engagement. I'm be honest. One of the reasons I stopped using Twitter is just how crazy it is. I actually went on. I was on the plane going to Portland, and I unfollowed 300 something accounts. And I'm trying to cleanse it so where I only have just sports accounts because that's usually what I really use it for. So a lot of my political friends I unfollowed and people who I just don't need to get. If I want to go find the real news, I'll go read it. Subscribe to the LA Times or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
This is a mega left for me as well.
Mega left.
You
nailed,
you nailed it. I mean, he's an egomaniac, and it's just kind of this wasn't what we were all doing here. Nobody was, I don't know, nobody was trying to gain power. I mean, some people were, but the whole point, I've been on The Bird since 2009, bro. The
Me
whole
too,
point was
when it
that
first
it
came
was
out.
just kind of cool. You met people there. It wasn't some big power imbalance. And now it feels like it's part of this whole other thing, which is just not fun. And in general, I just don't really love the vibe right now in terms of at large what's happening on Twitter. And it's kind of a shame because quite honestly, I got my job today because of The Bird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's where I developed my voice. That's where I made friends. That's where I made connections.
You and I.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Love the place, but it is going to a certain place in a handbasket right now for sure.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I feel you guys. I feel like a lot of people have been saying that lately. Twitter is a very, it goes through cycles, I feel where it's a great place. And, of course it has its positives, but I feel like it goes through these cycles where, sometimes it's just not it's in a dark place. And I feel like we're kind of on one of those, downtrends right now. So I, too, have kind of, just laid off.
There's an element of, the sleepover you were invited to that you don't want to actually stay the night at. You know what I mean? It's Mom, can you come get me? I'm ready to leave. It's getting weird.
I'm only for the circle. That's usually what I really use it for. And that's about it.
COT?
Yeah, Circle of Trust.
Haven't seen you there in a while, bro.
Oh, I'm lurking.
Nice.
I only tweet on there when I'm listening to the show.
Yeah, that's fair. That's pretty much how I operate, too.
Yeah.
If I've done a show that day or doing a show that day.
Yeah, I'm checking right now.
Yeah, because, again, even then, there's volatility everywhere. But
Yeah.
I feel like Clinton had the pointed out one day. I feel like there's just, sometimes the vibe is a little off. That's all.
Very different. Yeah, very, very different than it used to be.
All right, what you got?
All right, so did you guys know that 1 in 4 Americans have chosen to sleep separately from their partners for a better night's rest? This is according to a 2017 survey from the National Sleep Foundation. And the concept is now becoming popular, and it's polarizing enough to have its own name. It's called sleep divorce. And
what?
Yep. And like I said, 1 in 4 Americans are choosing to sleep separately from their partner. And while with some people it may cause resentment, for others with sleep issues, it's actually the perfect cure for their nighttime sleeping arrangement. So are you guys in on sleep divorce? Swipe left or swipe right? Clinton.
Swiping way left on that. People just got to get bigger beds, bro. You know what I'm saying? What are we talking about here? I mean, I get it. Some people sleep apart because they have different schedules, and it matters in terms of being able to get any rest at all. But to willfully just split beds, to me, that's not fun. I mean, what's the point? You know what I mean? Why bother? I don't know. Who has these kind of free rooms in general as well to just be splitting up who's sleeping in what room? It seems like slightly different than just rest related if you definitively are doing that.
Yeah, there's some other issues there. I'm right there with you. Mega left. If you snore, hey, that's what I'm all about. Plus, I just want to cuddle. That's all.
You
you're a cuddler?
You could cuddle
I'm
and not
with you.
sleep, though.
I just said it to make it sound good.
Oh.
Beto, you're a little spoon guy?
I would get away from me, guy.
That's how I am.
That's why you got to get a king bed. Get some room right there.
Dude, I just got one like 6 weeks ago. It is
Smart.
money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
You know what? In all seriousness, if you're married, you don't want to be like Lucy and Desi in separate beds. You want to be next to the person that's the apple of your eye, man.
Well, I disagree. I have a king size bed, and you know what? I've gotten used to I still sleep on one of the sides of the bed, kind of because my dog just is free reign of my bed. But
yeah, see, that's why we're swiping left.
I can't
the other way.
stand snoring. I can't stand being.
I can't
touched
stand no
when
dog
I'm
in my
sleeping.
bed. Next,
right. So you just don't like sleeping next to humans. You don't mind not sleeping alone.
Right. But I mean, my dog snores, and it drives me nuts. I don't like I can't have anyone touching me when I'm sleeping. It's like I want my space.
Again, no human.
Leave me alone.
Right.
No, my dog can't touch me when I sleep. I'll kick him off. You know
Really? You kick Chewy?
Yeah, I don't kick him, but I say, I move him. I pick him up and move him.
That story was way better when I thought of you actually kicking the dog.
Yeah.
Kick
that
never
the foot
do
coming
that.
out.
Man, that's a
I mean,
big
even if
dog.
it was an
Kick that
accident,
dude.
you know?
No, he's little. Chewy's super little.
He scared me.
Beto's afraid of him. So.
That's a big old Albondi guy, man. He's big.
He's a
chunky,
bulldog.
though. He's chunky, but you gotta have enough space so when you want your space, you have it. But you gotta not kick that person out. Like that's lame.
Man, LA apartments are too small. You're stuck.
That's what I'm saying, dog. Who's got all this space to just be splitting up rooms, bro? That's not easy.
No, that's the problem. If you sleep in separate, there's some major problems in your relationship. Like y'all gotta fix that.
But you're sleeping.
Yeah, but there's other. Look, I've always said this, Lindsay. There's no TV in my room for a reason. Like, there's only 2 things you do in that bedroom. So it's like,
Damn, why you gotta get that voice?
So you're not like Mace? You don't eat in the bed?
Hell no. No.
Man, he doesn't do that either. He's lying.
He said
he does do that. He talks about that all the time,
I
bro.
eat in my bed.
I don't. I used to when I was like a teenager, but not.
I mean, I think a lot of people developed like strange habits during COVID. Because,
That's true. I give you that.
Like, at the time during COVID, I had a roommate where like, even though I have like this nice big TV in my living room, I feel like we kind of just like, everyone's isolating or whatever, and we just kind of ventured off into our own separate rooms for like most of the pandemic, and I feel like I just got used to doing everything in my room.
You're right. The only time I ate in my room in my bedroom was when I lived with my mom and I had COVID. So, but other than that, no. Like, yeah.
I can't sleep without the TV on, so.
Exactly.
Really?
Keep it on.
Yeah, bro. Oh, yeah, every night. Sleep button,
Any noise.
that's my move.
All that quiet stuff? Nah.
I live in LA, bro. We good.
I need a
Fair
fan,
enough.
and I have to listen to podcasts. But like the light, I read something, and like ever since I started listening to podcasts instead of having the TV on, I feel like I sleep better because something about like the light, messing with your sleep and all that stuff. I feel like there's something to it.
There is a blue light element, and I kind of dislike it when that happens on accident. Like if I go out and I come home and I just crash and the TV's on and the lights are on, that's not cool. But if I get into bed, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch whatever Discovery Channel or whatever it may be, then we're good.
You should try the podcast thing and let me know if you prefer that.
Today.
Let me know what you're listening to. That's so boring that it's putting you to sleep.
Usually I put on.
I will definitely contribute.
I put on like
Michael
stuff
Barbaro.
you should know, and then like sometimes it'll wake me up because I'll hear something interesting, and I'll mark it and be like, oh, I got to come back to that one. But stuff you should know is like a good.
Culture
you learn
Pop
stuff in your
podcast. That'll
sleep.
get you.
Oh, that's so much. No, you know
Wow,
what? On the real, that was mean. But on the real,
What is mean? He calling Sedano out. We're protecting the integrity of the show.
Okay.
Excellent point. I'm down with that.
What I was gonna say is, I used to have like those apps that you could put to make noise and stuff, like the water or like waves.
You watching too many movies.
Like all that
Like
stuff.
Calm and all that.
The
Yeah,
Calm.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that works.
I loved Headspace. They have like a
Headspace
cool
is
like the
another
sleep
one, yeah.
stories. Yeah, I
Man,
love
just
those.
finish a bottle of wine and pass out.
Hell
Simple
yeah,
as
I've done that too,
Let's
but I'm
go.
just saying.
Beto's got the tried and true method, bro.
Exactly.
It works. He's not wrong. A few shots.
I got some REM sleep every night. Let's go. What else, Linz?
All right, real quick, last one here. So, weeks after the LA County Department of Animal Care went viral.
Wait, were we on YouTube the entire time?
Yeah.
And you didn't tell this
Yes.
guy? I told you. How did you tell us?
We've been on YouTube. Yeah, we were.
Man, I would have interacted with the people. I would have been there. I would have actually looked at the camera.
I know. I forgot for a second.
Man, details.
I just forget it's there.
All right. Well, thanks.
Mobby.
All right. Anyway, sorry.
All right. So
Great
really
job,
quick.
gang.
Weeks after the LA County Department of Animal Care went viral for granting a, quote, unicorn license to a young girl who asked if she could keep one of them if she were ever lucky enough to catch one, the department announced that you, too, can get your own unicorn license, and this is completely legit and real.
How much?
Well, I think they're like $125.
What a scam.
However,
What a
my
scam.
question is trying to look at the lighter, happier, brighter side of this story.
Government making money.
Okay,
I'm with Beto.
but
Easy bet, though. Yeah.
but instead of having a swipe, what exotic animal would you want to get a license for?
What exotic animal?
That's a good question.
Ooh, that is good.
Based on something I was talking about before, you know what I'd want? A moose.
A
I would want
moose?
enough space. Moose are huge.
Yes.
Like if I had a guard moose, can you imagine pulling up to the crib, you trying to do something nefarious, and there's a huge moose out there just eyeballing you, talking about, come on, I dare you. I dare you to take these Amazon packages off my porch.
Nope.
Moose is going to
They
step
tell you when
right
you go to
on-
Alaska,
right
if you see a moose
on
in the
your
road,
head.
you keep on driving, right? You hit that
I'll
thing.
take a moose
I
every
want
time.
a camel, bruh.
Camel.
Yeah, they
You
spit.
can ride those.
They
Yeah,
spit,
those are
don't
cool.
they?
Yeah, I want a camel.
You know what I want? That orangutan from Smoking the Bandit. That's the one I want. The one that was with the guy driving the truck. Cooter, was that his name? What was his name?
I don't remember.
But
the
yeah. But you know that
name
orangutan,
of
the one who was like big old.
Yeah. What's the
Yes.
one on National Treasure?
I don't know what that is.
Not National Treasure. What is it? The one with
the Nick Cage movie?
No, not that one. The other one. It's on National.
I don't know. I don't
Treasure.
have orangutan knowledge.
Yeah.
But
There was that
the
baseball
one-
movie with
I
that
like the
orangutan.
one from
Ed.
the Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baloo. There you go.
Baloo.
Exactly.
I'm blanking on the name of the movie, but whatever.
All right. Well, that was Radio Tinder, brought to you by Tequila Mandala, who is now at all over the place. They're at casinos. They're at Costco.
They were sold out at Costco. I was so sad today.
I got a bottle. I'm drinking on New Year's Eve. I'm ready to go. Tequila
got one
Mandala, ready to go. Lindsay, great job. Laura, great job. Sedano and Cap,